What I'd like you to do is now dimension all of these walls to make sure you got the dimensions right. We know that this one is wrong here, but let's just dimension them all so that we can see what's going on. So you hit annotate, click the align button, and you can change this to wall faces. That'll make it so that it defaults to the outside or inside of the wall. Make sure you get the outside of the wall and dimension as, actually don't click that one first. What you can do is create what's called a chain of dimensions. So you click all of them and do not hit enter in between, and you'll get all of those dimensions all at once. And I'm going to hit escape, and you can see those numbers are ridiculously small. So let's come over here and change this. This is the scale of the drawing, so it's 1/4 inch equals a foot of real space. So if we make this a little bigger of a scale, it should give us a bigger size dimension. Let's just find something that gives us, whoa, those are a little too big. So find something that you're happy with. All right, so I can see that these are the right dimensions according to the book. I'm going to take a moment and move this so you can drag a box around it and then just drag it out. And same thing here. I want to show you, if I drag a box from the left to the right, do you see how I only selected what was within that box? Let me do that again. Okay, so that's the only blue thing. If I drag right to left, do you see how it gets the wall? So you don't want to move this wall. So I'm going to drag a box from left to right so that I only get that little elevation marker. Okay. I'm going to go back and keep dimensioning. Right? And just make sure that you get all the clicks on the outside. And over here. And you just want to look at the drawing in the book and make sure that it all matches and gives the same dimensions. I'm going to turn this up because I can't see. All right. If you don't like that these are on top of each other, you can drag the number. Somehow you got to actually get the number. If I zoom in, you can probably get that little blue dot. There we go. Right, and you can grab that blue dot so that it looks something like that. So those are right on that side. If they are correct, what you're going to want to do is lock that dimension. So you can hit the L, or the, sorry, not the L, the lock symbol here. And your life will be so much easier if you do this for every dimension that is correct. Right, and even this 30 feet 8 inches is correct. These are the two that are incorrect. So now when we come along, the way you modify a dimension in Revit is pretty confusing at first. What you need to do is pick the wall that you want to move, because if you imagine this dimension 5.4, which is incorrect, is the dimension between two walls. So you can't just click on this and try to change it. It won't allow you to do that because it doesn't know if it should move this wall or that wall. So since we know that this wall is in the right location because of this, in fact, what we want to do before we do this, just to make sure, this wall should align to that one. We never actually did that. If you see, I could actually drag this wall and move it. I'm going to undo that. Whereas this one I can, oh, sorry. That one I can move, but the entire house is moving. So I'm going to align those two walls and lock them in place. So if you choose this button, this is called the Align tool. If I hover over it, it should show up. There it is. So what it does is it makes two lines, or two walls aligned. All right. And I'm going to hit the tab button so that I get the outside surface, just because that's what we're working off of. So you always want to pick the first, pick the wall that's in the right location first. So I'm going to pick the outside surface of both walls. Sorry, somehow I missed it. There we go. Hit the tab on both and hit lock. All right. So now what we can do is, since we want this to change, I'm going to click this wall and click 5 feet there. Now once I come back, I can lock that in place. And I need to pause my recording.